Welcome to what I would consider the beginning of the end for our character, Citizen Captain Duncan. This is, I think, part 24 of our somewhat exhaustive Sunless Sea voyage mission playthrough, whatever term you want to call it. But yeah, we've done most of the things, and we sort of plotted out what we want to do to end the game. So we have the plan for our current voyage plan, and then our overall game plan. So let's start with our overall game plan. We have a couple officers we haven't finished their story with. We have the campaigner. I forgot about her at the end of last session. We just got to talk about some wine, which we can do here in London. We want to write our character's ambition, the Song of the Z. We want to get that done. We also want to, so this may or may not become after, we want to finish the Doctor's story and the Tireless Mechanic story. Both of these, we have to get our parts up to 175. So working on that. I'm not exactly sure if that's going to come before or after we write the Song of the Z. So maybe the order of these options in the Song of the Z are swapped. Also exploring Frostfound. We could do this. The reason I put this after these is because there's options to lower your stats in Frostfound to like get farther into the story. So I was worried that like we need 175 stats to do these. I'd rather do this before we go into Frostfound, but maybe we can swap the order of some of these stuff as well. Maybe what you do in Frostbound helps you write the Song of the Z or finish these stories. I'm not sure. We still have to finish the Carnian Exile story. That's inside of Frostbound, so these kind of go together, to be honest. At least that's what I understand. I actually don't know, but she wants to go to Frostbound to continue her story, so I don't know if we'll end it there. There was one thing that we noticed in Venice that you're supposed to return to after you get. It's like the name of the seven or something inside of Frostbound. We'll look at the exact name of this thing when it comes to it, but like there's some condition or status or quality you get in Frostbound that somebody in Venice wanted to know about, so we want to do that before we end the game. And then we still need to find the Manual of Miracles objective, which is this one. Also Traveling Light. We're not sure on Traveling Light, Rise High and Go East. This could be the Carnian Exile story, it could be the Empire of Hands story. And then again, Manual of Miracles is well forgotten. Find One is forgotten. I'm not sure if it's in Frostbound or if it's this thing in London. So we're trying to find some of these objectives, stories, whatever you want to call them. But we haven't found all of them yet. So that's sort of the last few things we want to do, and that's what we're going to focus on our playthrough here. We do have our current plan for the current voyage sort of planned out right down here. We plan to leave and go to Button Island. There was somebody, so we haven't seen anything interesting on Button Island in a long time, like all the people left. But somebody mentioned something about Button Island, so I just want to swing by there and check it out. I just want to swing by the Command Canal really fast just to see if anything has changed. I haven't been back there in a really long time. I don't think anything has, but I just want to do it. Because we're going to Iron Republic to get the hydrogen. We're going to Visage. We're going to try to farm some fragments in Visage to get secrets. I just want to try this. I've never actually tried this strategy. But while we were in Visage, I noticed that you can get 100 fragments repeatedly. So I thought maybe we'd try that once, just to see what happens. We need to go to the Utter Shroom to continue our propagation. We're trying to get 7 of the propagation status so that we can get another Rage-Wrenched Cinder from the Empire of Hands. And then we can turn the Rage-Wrenched Cinder in somewhere to get another Judgment's Egg, which I want to bring with us to Frostfound when we go to Frostfound. Propagation, here we go. So we have 7 abroad. We want to drop down 2 more Blemmingen somewhere so we can get this up to 7. We want to go to then perhaps drop off the hydrogen and get the Rage-Wrenched Cinder, hopefully. We want to go to Dahoot to progress that story. That's one of the few cities we've been to that we haven't finished the story with. We have to bring recent news. We're bringing candles to go to the Recta and Nocta. We just sort of started the spider story, so we're going to go there and continue that. And then Gator's Morn on the way back. We have something minor to do there. I forget exactly what it is. But there's something we wanted to finish off in Gator's Morn. Somebody wanted us to return there, I think. Oh, it was the captains in Rack. Okay. We could end Rack. We could add Rack on the end of that after we go to Gator's Morn, maybe. Alright, so let's go ahead and talk to our officer with the wine. That was this character. We've healed her, I guess, so we're going to celebrate with her. The campaigner has changed. The irises of her eyes, which were brown, are now charred black. The flesh is shrunken on her bones. She's aged 10 years, but her back is straight and her voice is clear. Wine, she says incisively. Okay. Wine! You and the campaigner toast her rebirth. Not a rebirth, she corrects you. Perhaps a pre-death. Hush, don't look at me like that. I am a realist. Have another glass of wine. She has survived. She has found a cure. If anyone could, she points out, it would be me, after all. You're lucky it was me who fell ill. Her wisdom has been tested, tempered, and not found wanting. Well, quite. But you were an invaluable assistant. A fine vintage, this. Another glass? You and she are safe, and all shall be well, and all manner of things shall be well. Your very fine health. So we've lost the brisk campaigner, and we now have the indomitable campaigner. Death, where is thy sting? Where indeed? Don't mess with the campaigner, Death. Okay. Still only improves your hearts up to 100, but now she applies more stats. So this guy's 9-3. She's now 9-5. I guess we'll go ahead and equip her now, because she's a slightly better doctor. She's 6-6, that's 12. 9-5 is 14. Again, we'll switch these around as we go, but like numerically she has the highest stats. We'll buy one more wine just to replace the one that we spent on her. I think our hold is basically full. Well, actually we have a little bit of room. We could try to go to the surface when we go to the command canal. I don't know. We have to bring a lot of fuel for that. We can always buy more fuel afterwards in the Iron Republic. They sell fuel for pretty cheap there. I've been trying to get rid of. I've been trying to just throw these things away. Can I just like toss one of these things? I'll keep one for like just in case, but like it's just taking up space in my hold. I never even use this thing. Just taking one last check. We're bringing these for the wreck of the Nocturne up by the spiders. We're bringing coffee to go into. Is there somewhere where you need coffee to go into? Wine to go into Nook. Maybe it was coffee to go into Nook. Either coffee or wine goes into Nook. Bringing the firkins of honey for the Blemmingen propagation. We have everything equipped we want. All right, so let's stock up on a little bit of fuel then. Let's use the rest of our Admiralty's favor before it's all gone. We talked about this last time. We can't gain any more Admiralty's favor, but we've actually lost it. Oh, actually, okay, never mind. We can't. Do we just use the last 3 to repair our hull? We don't really need it. But if we don't use it now, we may lose it doing stuff in the Khanate, so we'll just get rid of it. So we no longer have any of Admiralty's favor. Hopefully that won't come back to bite us in some way. But again, the Admiralty's not even around anymore, so. Wait, what? Wait, you can't. Wait, what? Wait, you can't go to the Admiralty's office? I didn't realize you could do this anymore. I thought this was done. Oh, well, I'm an idiot. All this time I've been sailing around without turning in port reports. Oh, it's only unlocked when you have no more than 2. I see. So now because I have 0 Admiralty's favor, now I can go in here. Okay, so it's not... Okay, I wanted to get rid of the Iron Republic one, because I want to try to get a new port report there. Okay, so we don't gain favor anymore. Doing that option. But we just gain fuel, basically. Asked to speak to a higher authority. Oh, wait, we can get strategic information quests again. So it kind of like, so we spent all our favor, I see, so we spent all our favor, it kind of like reset this to the beginning of the game. Like if you just started in your character, this is basically where you'd be at. Interesting, interesting. I did not know this. If you got rid of all your favor, you could restart this Admiralty stuff again. Yeah, we could have done this a lot earlier. I mean, I didn't know. Like, anyways, this is the Demo Island, isn't it? So we actually have, so we can actually do the strategic information quest again. Wow, I didn't know that. Well, I learned something new about this game today. This is Demo Island, I believe. The Iron and Misery Company Fungine Station. Okay, we have strategic information. We're not gonna go talk. Oh, so you can re-talk to the Admiral again? Is that true? Let's see what happens. You can talk to the Admiral again, but you need to. Well, where's the? We can even sell the Memento Mori. Oh God, yes. If you can do everything you claim, I can authorize a payment of 1,000 echoes. It's not a lot. Wow, this is interesting. I thought we couldn't do this anymore. Okay, so let's go ahead and give him our revelatory charts because there's nowhere else in the game that uses these up as far as I'm aware. We have a couple of them. Wow, this is interesting. I didn't know we could do this. We have 11 moves of the great game. Holy smokes. Sorry, I was just getting a cup of water here, but we'll go ahead and yeah, this is really interesting. I thought when we did the rising the anarchist to prominence option that we had locked out the Admiralty stuff, but apparently if you get rid of all of your favor, you can get back to him. Not sure if that was intended or not in the game, but it is interesting. I have to make a note of that in the future if we ever do another playthrough where we raise the anarchists to prominence again. Okay, just gonna get a glass of water here, so we'll go ahead and we can't get the diplomat back, right? Well, maybe if we give him a vital intelligence, it'll bring back the diplomat. No. Okay, diplomat is just gone forever. Okay. I don't have any other use for these. We may as well just turn them in. This has shifted the political balance. We've now raised it up to significant. I guess we can give him some of these as well. We'll keep like a few of these, maybe 5 of them or something. I am trying to get money, so it's my 30 echoes, but okay, well, we'll keep our one-stream information. We won't be turning in our red honey. Yeah, this is really interesting. So the Admiral's not here right now. Okay, now this option is gone. So we can't even, we can only talk to him if we get rid of all of our favor again. I feel like this isn't intended. I feel like it's just a bug in their game, but I don't know. Maybe it is intended. I have no idea. Okay, well that was interesting. So I guess every time we have Admiralty's favor, we should use it to get fuel, I guess, because that's the only way to get the new. It's the only way to talk to the admirals to get rid, just to get rid of your favor. Yeah, like that doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, but I mean, again, I didn't make this game, so I can't tell if it's intended or not. Okay, well we have a plan. I guess we want to go to Apis Mead as well, because we just advanced the campaigner's mission. So let's do that before we go to the utter. Well, let's do it around the time we go to the utter shroom. So what's my current voyage plan? Okay, so before we go to the utter shroom, we'll go to Apis Mead as well. I had totally forgotten about the campaigner officer when I had made this voyage plan, so we'll go ahead and visit her, see if this story does anything when we get down there. Or, sorry, visit her. I mean, we'll go down here because there's some story option for her down there. Okay, let's go ahead and head out. Ah, a lot of good stuff happened there. We were able to get rid of a bunch of stuff we couldn't use, like the vital intelligences and stuff that we'd just been piling up in our hold because we couldn't talk to the Admiral anymore. And these other options, other things that we had, like the revelatory charts and stuff. Okay, yeah, we got a decent amount of money. I mean, we won't have enough to buy the ship we want to buy, but we do have a decent amount. So we're gonna have to do one quick stop here in Mutton Island. Again, I don't think there's anything here. I'm just gonna do it. I don't think. I'm not even gonna wait for this something to wait. If I get there before it pops up, I'm just gonna go right in. So I don't think there's anything here. I don't remember which story it was last time we played, but somebody mentioned that something interesting was happening on Mutton Island, so I just wanted to double check. Maybe, I guess we'll wait for something anyways. It's gotta be almost here anyway, so. We'll wait, I suppose. say almost here. I want to say wait for... Okay, no, there's nothing near here. I didn't think there would be. I just thought I would check. Again, just because somebody mentioned something new happening on my island. We could have actually gone to Gators Warren, but I'm not worried about it. We could actually go to Gators Warren into Rack. I wanted to go to the Humane Canal. That's why I decided not to do Gators Warren Rack. Normally when I go to Iron Republic, I go Gators Warren Rack or something like that. But because I wanted to visit the Humane Canal this time, I decided this way. Don't second guess my own voyage plan, I guess is the moral of the story. Like, I made this plan for a reason, so let's stick to it. Again, I don't know that there's anything here. We haven't been here in a while. I like to just check back with all the cities like every once in a while just to see if some other random story caused something to happen. So I guess we'll try this. We're gonna have to buy some fuel on the surface when we do this, but this probably won't be profitable. I just want to try it. We're gonna have to buy some fuel on the surface. It'll be a little bit more expensive, that's okay. I'm going to Naples. We'll purchase the fuel on the way back. Actually, how much fuel do we have? 10. Yeah, we'll purchase fuel on the way back. What's this? Share stories from below. What does that option do? I don't think... Naples. Share stories from below. Just gives you some snippets. Yeah, it gives you supplies and fuel. But we need that recent news in Deku, so we're not going to use it here. We're not going to do this option. We just want to. I guess we just want to go to Vienna, I guess. There's the Firstall's carcass. The Cafe Firstall is a fire-ravaged wreck. This is the thing I was talking about when we come back. A hand-lettered sign hangs black and twisted frame on the door. Friends of which clients for months I've lived in the twin shadow of revolution and destitution. I think we've read the drawer. Each day their terrors have weighed on my soul with lead. The fear of it has been too much to bear. Consequently, I've set my cafe afire. Yeah, we learned about the fact that he set his cafe on fire already. So, that's not new. That's not news to us. I just wanted to check back again. We haven't been back here in a long time, so I just wanted to see if anything had changed. I think so. We basically just wasted like 20 fuel or whatever. Oh wait, what's this? No sign of your contact. Where is the fidgeting agitator? Maybe there's something new. Unlocked when you have the supremacy of the anarchists. 7, you have 11. Counterfeit 1, you have 8. Your work is done. Of course the great work is complete. Perhaps he's gone below to celebrate. Oh, okay. Yeah, so this was a complete waste of time. Okay, we need to buy a little bit more fuel. Again, we wasted some... Basically wasted... what did it spend time ashore do? -1 crew for no reason. Alright, we need to go... How much fuel do you need to get out of here? You need like... We need like 12 or 13 to go home. We can purchase supplies here for really cheap. Yeah, we'll stock up on supplies for sure. I can't see our hold space, unfortunately, while we're here. Wish they didn't do this crazy UI. Like, why don't you just like have a shop or something? I guess because they don't want to let you do any of the other tabs. Yeah, let's just buy a bunch of supplies here. I think it costs 10. We're going to need at least 14 fuel, I would say. At least. Let's go up to 15 just to be safe. We have 16. Okay, let's buy the rest of the supplies then. I wish I knew how much hold space we had. That's probably plenty of supplies, to be honest. 22. Buy one more, I guess. They're just so cheap here. It's like we may as well use them. Okay, back to Naples. Oh wait, return below. Here we go. 10 fuel, 15. Okay, yeah, 15. 5 should be enough to get us back to the Iron Republic, where we can buy more fuel. Oh, you can actually buy some fuel here as well, but we have 5, so it doesn't matter. That's plenty to get to the Iron Republic. Which is which has much cheaper fuel, so we'll do that next. Okay, well, let's make a note that there's nothing to do. I mean, the only thing to do in Command Canal at this point is to come back after we find a Frostbound. So don't go back to Benton Island anymore. Don't go back to Command Canal anymore. Those are not good options to do anymore. Okay, well, again, like I said, I like to just check back once in a while with the cities to see if anything happened, and now we know nothing has happened. Could go underwater. We did find a we found a captivating treasure. I think it was just a random event. It must be. I'm sure it's like a very rare random event because captivating treasures are quite valuable in this game. Unlikely we'll find those very often, but there's nothing above the water, so I may as well check out below the water. Heard something ping on our sonar. What's this? What's up here? Looks like a ship. What's the Corsair Undergalley? We've never fought this before. It only has 30. You've defeated a Corsair Undergalley. The subs lights illuminate dark tunnels of blood in the water. The movement is at a portal. Some of the Corsairs have survived. Oh, we've never gotten a prisoner before. Let's try this. They cannot last long. Their craft is as good as destroyed. Signal a cessation of hostility. Still with your lights. Destroy the submarine. Attempt to board the wreck. We've done this a number of times. Not in this particular thing. I thought we might get a prisoner. Defiance. There's a returning flash from a lantern. You swim the brief gap between your vessels. Hollow-eyed, the captain hands you the remnant of the undergalley's provisions, but refuses rescue. Captain turns motions his crew to begin repairs. By the time you return to your sub, the Z before you is dark. Okay. Well, I was hoping to get a prisoner, but apparently not. There's some more ships over here. Throw them over here, I suppose. Not explicitly trying to like do anything fancy here, but he's like moving weirdly. I'll send a boarding party. Got some more fuel supplies and echoes. What's this over here? School of fish. There's a lot of events here underwater where we have to be. One more supplies. Why not? Oxygen's fine. Pause for 1 second here. Yeah, that was a favorable event sequence for us. Lost a little bit of hull damage, but nothing we can't handle. We could use these strange catches to fish up sea monsters. I always forget about that. I don't know if they're... Yeah, we've never had a ship that had a forward cannon slot, so I've never really like been trying to dive into the... Does this thing hurt you? Let's go ahead and just touch this real fast to see. No, it doesn't. Fluke needles. Remove something stuck in the spine. If you fail, you'll gain a wound. Your page's quality. We can... Okay, we got a wound. I was gonna say, we can cure wounds. Get some fragments at least. So you found an unfortunate diver or something impaled on the spikes. You don your diving gear, you struggle to drag the skeleton free. The spines quiver. Above you, one breaks, falls like a spear. You raise your hands to ward it off. A tearing in your suit, the sudden sensation of cold water on your skin, a blazing pain, an abrupt, overwhelming injection of indignation and rage and grief. You reel your crew in, tend your wounds, and lock you in your cabin until you stop shrieking. Okay, well, honestly didn't expect us to fail there. We had like an 85% chance, but I wouldn't have risked it if failing would have been fatal, so 84% chance it's not 100. This is Iron Republic. I'm just seeing what this is down here. Looks like some torpedo components or something we don't need, but I was looking through the shops in London, and I did see that there is a gun that fires torpedoes. It's a forward cannon. And we've never even had a ship this entire playthrough. We played for like 40 hours or something. We've never been able really to get a ship that can fire a forward cannon. Okay, so we have the port report here now. So now I wonder, or we have the option to pick up the port report. I wonder if we can get the other shop, because there's another shop that we couldn't get. We keep getting the Cavalry Doctrine, but maybe if we get the port report, it'll open up the other shop. Lost 1 pages. Come on, man. Fact and fiction. You do what you want. The Cavalry Doctrine is open for business. Okay, well I didn't want to lose 1 pages. Cavalry Doctrine is not open for business. Even though I said it was. This area seems a little buggy, I have to say. Gained another terror for that. Yeah, we keep getting this one shop over and over again. We used to be able to get different shops somehow. So I don't know. Yeah, okay. Well, but having the port report option didn't unlock a different shop. I thought it was random, but the fact that we've never like, we tried like 5 or 6 times and we've never gotten the other shop. Leads me to believe that maybe it's not random. Okay, well. It is what it is. Alright, so we're going over here to we're gonna try this strategy that I was thinking we might be able to do, where we play as the bat and we quickly just get the fragments here to try to get secrets. We'll try to raise our pages as high as possible, because I think the higher your pages is, the more you get with secrets and stuff, so we'll do that before we start this little process here. Alright, we're already here. We gotta wait for something to wait, unfortunately. And then we'll get our pages up as high as possible, and we'll try to play the bat roll, see if we can get those fragments again. It was it was a relatively quick option. You just had to go in there and like try to steal something, I think was the bat. So we'll get our pages up. Pages. Pages 3 versus, yeah, no pages there. Pages 2 versus 5. No pages. But this guy in general just has higher stats, so we'll see if that affects anything in here. Okay, so my goal is to get fragments. So I think we play them. It's the bat, right? Let me just double check real fast. Visage. Let's see. There's something that gave 100 fragments. This option, the library with the bat. Steal books. Yeah. So we go as the bat. We go to the library. And we steal the scrolls. 100 fragments. And then we do it again. This is not going to be very exciting. This may take 5 or 10 minutes. So I don't know, we could talk about something else. Let's see. What could we talk about while we wait? How much fuel does it go down if I'm just letting the light on? 1% every second or so? Okay, well we don't really need the light on, so... I think if you said your fuel doesn't go down at all, right? Yeah, just your hunger changes. That's what I thought. But yeah, I mean, I haven't found a lot of other good repeatable ways to get secrets. I mean, I've been taking notes of things where I thought there's some things we can do in Apis Meat. There's repeatable ways to get stories, like Tales of Terror, Memories Distant Shores, that kind of stuff. We farmed the Lorn Fluke. That guy gave us a secret when we killed him. That's another repeatable way to get secrets. But again, I kind of wanted the better boat before we really focus on harvesting sea creatures, which we've never gotten. Alright, we'll just try this again. I mean, again, it's not like this isn't meant to be very exciting. It's just meant. Oh, I took the locust. Crap, that's not what I meant to do. Well, what is this? Read over the lotus blossoms. Not when you. Oh, that's if you don't have any information in Visage. Alright, let's just do this quickly. I've never seen anything useful happening at this point. Let's just do the Temple of Apis. I think everything we've done is a moth here. This is which one? This is the... It's not the side of the face, it's the Temple of Apis, right? So this one gives you expertise. Bad question, plus expertise. Collecting blood for yourself is the only thing that really seems useful. Get at least you get one outlandish artifact. It's when we've done this before. Look for the doorway. We can't do this, right? Because you have 12, yeah. What does silently watch the lion? That doesn't do anything. Deface the markings. We never tried this. I don't want to like do anything that could ruin our chance of farming for secrets here. So I'm not going to do that. Have you studied the ancient marks? 10 fragments. But doesn't this one give you 10 fragments? Doesn't this offer instruction also give you 10 fragments? Yeah, I mean... I don't know. So we're still getting some fragments doing it this way. We also lost terror. So there's that to consider. If we needed to lose our terror here, we could... Actually, we could just leave... Honestly, because like all that happens for leaving the light off is you gain terror. We could just... we don't even like have to... Like I don't have to micromanage the light. I can just like do other things and... Let my attention wane on other things, but not that there's a whole lot else to do. Because yeah, we can just lower our terror here for free. Basically, the only thing we're spending is supplies, I guess. So, I mean, we're spending terror, but again, it's so minor. Even if I just sit here with my light off, like nothing really. We can always reduce it by doing that option where we play as the moth to the end of the play. I still feel like there's more options we haven't chosen in there. Like there's so many options in this to choose from that I feel like there's still some we haven't tried. Like we could try doing the frog again, but I don't think anything we ever did as a frog gave us 100 fragments. I'm just doing a quick scan here. Well, this one did. The stealing the books option as the frog gave us 100 fragments. There's multiple ways as the bat to get 100 fragments. I don't think we've never been able to go back within. I guess you can only go into the ear once, I guess. Yeah, like I said, there's multiple ways to get the fragments here. Oops. So we need 40 secrets to write the Song of the Z. So that's one thing we're trying to do. We're up to 34. We also need secrets to raise our stats, raise our heart stat specifically. So we're also working on that. Those are the two main things we're working on here. Getting secrets for the Song of the Z, and getting secrets to raise our hearts for the other mission. Well, there's multiple things. Well, there's 2 officers missions and a few other things that we need our hearts raised up for. So we're waiting for that. I'm not sure I want to spend like a half an hour doing this, but like I'm gonna have to get more supplies at some point. I just wanted to try it out, really, just to kind of do a test run and see how this would play out. And it basically plays out kind of the way I expected it to. Which is it's very slow, but it works. Oops. So we'll get at least 40 secrets, I think, before we leave. Again, I don't know a better place in the game to even get secrets. Like, I could search for the word fragments and see, like... Or let's try secrets first, let's see. Is there anything repeatable in my notes? Okay, so yeah, so there's the Lauren fluke, or there's actually the Lornist fluke. Gives you 3 secrets. What's this? Recurring nightmare. Oh, we haven't tried going into the nightmare. You may win a secret. Yeah, let's go into the nightmare. We were literally just talking about how can we get more secrets. The sea is bright as milk. The false stars above are black on a pitchy bed. Something is watching you. Its gaze enfolds your boat. You are transparent. Last time we did this, we feed the nightmare and reduced our nightmare strength. Yeah, you can get a secret. Let's go deeper. The eye wants to learn you. Well, let it. You'll learn the eye in return. On across the sea, beneath you, the eye grows wider. The water begins to warm, to steam. Remove your garments. It may soon be time to swim. So we've gained 2 nightmare strength and lost a restful night. Still have 2 of them though. Okay. All right. Well, maybe we can get a secret through that. So this is where we spent our secrets before. Something in Station 3, but this isn't repeatable. Pigmode Isle, we can buy secrets for 900 echoes. That is one thing we could do, but it's rather expensive. It's not like we have a million. Like, even if we spent all our money, we get like 8 or 9 secrets total, which is not a ton. I mean, it's some, but not a ton. Alright, you can buy secret, we can spend secrets as currency. You can buy them here for 999, but that's not useful. We'll do this again real fast. Go in. Play as the bat. Doesn't matter which of these we choose. They both have an option to get 100 fragments, and we're back out again. Okay, anyways, looking for secrets here. Looking for repeatable ways to gain secrets. You can spend a weapon. I haven't even seen this option available in the Republic anymore. In the Mangrove College, you can convert 7 memories and sea stories and 7 Z stories to a secret. Okay. Not sure what this S means. S convert. That might have just been a typo. We do have some extra memories of Distant Shore, right? We have 90 of them. Think about it, we could trade. Yeah, we could do that on our way out of here. You know, I'm not trying to cheese the game. I'm just trying to find repeatable ways to gain secrets. Vendor bite. We already finished this story. We already have Salt's attention. I think this is I think you have to pay a secret though for this. This is one of the Varchus thing, but Varchus is dead to us now. This is the mechanic secret. That's a different item. Deep Within. This is where we're at, but again, I haven't seen a way to go back Deep Within again. Let's see what else. Dahoot. That's not a secret. This thing maybe. See everything. 1 secret and 100 fragments, and complete the tour. So in Dahoot we can get a secret. We are trying to go to Dahoot, so that's already on our plan of things to do. So we can sort of ignore that. Eagle. We already did this. That's not repeatable. That's when we convinced the first mate and to help the captain in Eagle. Hideaway's done. There's nothing less to do in Hideaway. Gant pull. And we finished the Gant pull. Yeah, so nothing in my notes is repeatable secret-wise. We could look for fragments. There's repeatable ways to get fragments. I mean, there's a lot of ways to get fragments in the game. Hang on, fighting sea monsters can give you fragments. These are all sea monster options. Maybe we'll lower our terror again at some point. I don't need to do it yet, though. We've been doing that one. Let's just, for the sake of mixing it up, we'll just do a slightly different one. Anyway, we're still searching here. These are all fighting off sea monsters. Alright, this is the Alarming Scholar. Turning things into the Alarming Scholar gives you 1 and 2 fragments. Flute Core gives you 13, but... So technically that is repeatable. This is Wandering the Docks. This only pops up once in a while. Not sure how to get that to pop up. It didn't pop up last time, I don't think. This cost fragments. This is Cavendish Abbey. Gain. You spend 5 fuel, you can get 60 fragments. So this is a lot cheaper than spending 5 fuel than what we're doing here. That uses fragments. Quaker's Haven is basically done. There's no people there anymore. Gator's Mourn. There's a way to get 50 fragments if you turn in 1 Z story and 1 Tale of Terror. You can maybe get fragments in Abbey Rock. Maybe. You can maybe get fragments here. Again, I said this wasn't going to be the most interesting thing to watch, so I apologize. But I do need secrets, and I'm looking through my notes to try to find other ways to get fragments and secrets. I'm trying to see if there are other ones to do other than this. 1 favor, 1 fragment, 200 fragments. What is this one? Station 3. Oh, this was not repeatable though. We already did the Acolyte story. You can sell parabola linen in Irem for 50 fragments. We actually should have done that. Well, we can sell. We could sell the iron sherd that we have, right? Or the mountain sherd for 20 parabola, and then we could just sell the parabola linen for fragments. Oh, yeah, we should have done that actually. Okay, well, we could do that again. We also need to find a way to get. Is there any other way to get dread surmises? Let's finish. Let's finish my notes here about fragments. And then I want to look at if there's a way to. This one costs. This one's negative fragments. Command canal. We just went to the command canal. It was not a very profitable exchange for us, but I'll look at that note again real fast in a second. How's our supplies doing? 9 still? Okay, in the command canal, we could have done this carry cargo option. It was like a 50% chance, I think, to give you money and fragments. This one's probably worth it, although you actually lose 1 crew and 10 fuel. Wow. Okay, well, I'm not going to mess around with that. This one says you have to spend terror, echoes, and fragments to open up the Gesundheit conspiracy shop. Which isn't, we've been trying to get the Parliament of Fly shop. Gain 7 fragments in Iron Republic. Apis meat, you can get a few fragments. You can visit the grotesquerie. I think we did this maybe? 50 fragments is actually nothing. No, it's not nothing. So there's, the problem is to repeat this story in Apis meat, you have to have like a recent news or an unread log or a Mount Palmerston port report. So you can only repeat it a few times before you run out of those objects. Whereas this one again is like infinitely repeatable, I guess. And we just keep getting these 100 fragments. It's like, it's not very exciting, but I'm looking I'm looking for other ways to get fragments. Let's see. Witness execution. Watch a visitor. This requires a Z story, but you get one back if you do this option maybe. And 30 fragments, but 30 is a lot less than 100, which is what we're getting here. We can maybe get 6 fragments for 100 echoes here. Maybe you can get 30 fragments here. But this is like a random option, so something awaits random option. Frostfound, it says we should have fragments when we go into Frostfound. Nuncio, the something ways could give us 30 fragments, it's less than 100. We could trade a hunting trophy for 6 fragments. Tea with the factor. 6 fragments. 8 fragments with an audio for the king. 1 fragment, 5 fragments, 3 fragments, 20 fragments, and ace ball. That's another something awaits option. So like there's other places we can get fragments using the something awaits category, but like so far this one seems to be the best. But I can tell. We're down to 6. We'll probably do 1 more, and then we'll have to go buy some supplies maybe, or maybe 2 more, 1 or 2 more. Here's where we are in Visage. Empire of Hands, can maybe get 20. Going to the King, you can get 50 in Rack. 50 is less than 100 though, so I don't know why. I wouldn't be doing what I'm currently doing in Rack. If you do empty the prison in Dahoot, which we're going to Dahoot anyway, so when we get there we can look at that. In Igol, you might be able to get 20 in a couple different ways. You'll be able to get 10 in Scrimshander, 50 if you trade a recent news, but we need a recent news to get into Dahoot, so we're not going to trade it there. Hideaway, we can't do anything because they're gone, and Camp Pole, we can't do any of this because we finished that story. So yeah, I mean, I don't see any other better option, honestly, to get, other than spending 900 or fighting Lorn Flukes, or other monsters in general, I guess, but I don't see any other way, I don't see a faster way to get fragments and or seekers in my notes. Doesn't mean there isn't anything, it just means I didn't take notes on it. Let's see, where are we close to? We're close to Rack, Rosegate, Isle of Cats. What's the best place to buy supplies? Not at Isle of Cats. I don't see anywhere that sells supplies there. I think Port Carnelian does. I don't think Rosegate does. I know. Yeah, no supplies in Rosegate. I know Rack is expensive because their whole plot is that they're running low on supplies. I think Port Carnelian probably sells supplies. Yeah, they sell supplies. Okay, so we could go down to Port Carnelian. Maybe we just do that now. Oops. Stock up on some more supplies. Yeah, again, I warned this wasn't going to be interesting to watch, but we played this game for like almost over 20 sessions. They're all about 2 hours each. We played like 50 hours of gameplay, spending 30 minutes to get to the completion that we want. I guess is worth it at that point. Like I said, we spent like 50 hours on this character. I may as well just do what I can to get the ending that I've been shooting for. I'd be happy to hunt sea beasts if I could buy with a better boat that has the forward cannon. Like I could profitably go out and fight Lorn flukes and icebergs and tyrant moss and blue moss. And just like this ship is just it's like okay at combat, but again with not having the forward gun slot, like I'm like down so much combat power. Like I could fight this behemoth stash. Like I could definitely fight it. It has like 600 or 500 hit points, but like it's just so slow when you don't have forward cannons slot. It sucks that when we bought this ship, we traded in our old ship. We didn't get the value. Because I didn't see us getting the money value back for it. It's unfortunate. Let's do this. I'm gonna cast this afterwards, whatever. I just came here to buy supplies. Did I come here to do anything else? I don't think so. I could sell the Solitary here for 50. It doesn't take up hold space though, so I don't really care if we have. I guess I just want more supplies because I'm using them to get secrets. Yeah, I mean, like I said, this is kind of boring, but I looked through all my notes. I didn't see anything better to do other than hunt Lorn flukes. I guess we could fight this behemoth stash just for a change of pace. How much HP does this guy have? 200, okay, that's not that bad. He's not one of like the 600 ones or anything. Again, this would be so much faster if I could fire 2 guns. And the other gun that I have is better than this gun anyway, so it's like more than double, more than twice as fast. If I could mount the other gun. We can still do this option. The fading hair specs, I mean, no longer may use them, but others there may appreciate it. Do any of these options give secrets? Or I guess it would be more like fragments, but like behemoth stash. Mustache. We get an artifact for our future characters. If we do this, I'm gonna have to throw away some stuff overboard. We'll just send the first one to the Gant pole, and then subsequent ones maybe we can try to harvest them. We got our something awaits, which is what we need. When we get back to Visage, I'm gonna search my notes when we're back waiting in Visage again to see if there's. Because the other thing we need to do is we need to get Dread Surmises. We know there's one you can get from the Alarming Scholar in London. It takes 6 Searing Enigmas, or 6 or 7. We have them. We have the number of Searing Enigmas that we need. Should we pop in here Isle of Cats for any reason? You can get the red honey, but that's not particularly exciting. Maybe we'll do the terror option once just to get our terror back down again. And we'll go back to doing the fragments option. You still get some fragments when you do the terror one when you play as the Moon Moth. You just don't get the full 100. I think you end up with like 20 or 30. But like, let's see here, we'll do it. We'll do it once just to. We'll do the. I haven't done the frog in a while. Let's do the frog. Let's go ahead and study the scrolls. And we didn't get anything for that. Okay, the frog sucks. doesn't do anything, right? Yeah. I don't think anything in here does anything. We've done like all these options, right? In the house of the house of geometer. Pretty sure we've done all the options here, and none of them did anything interesting. String of rats, necklace of lapis beads, bring a poem, bring a comb, candles, honey cakes, nothing. Yeah, there's nothing. Yeah, there's nothing there that does anything. The best one here is the collect some blood for yourself, right? Yeah, that's the outlandish artifact. You can only do it once. Oh, you can do it again. Okay, I guess that is, yeah, I mean, that's... We can leave a respectful token, sure, whatever. Oh yeah, we didn't get any fragments that time. Okay, well, all we did was lose terror. There are a couple of the options we could have done would have gained us 10 fragments, but I didn't click on the right options, so... My main goal is just to get terror, or reduce terror there on that one. Okay, I said I wanted to see in my notes, is there any other notes I have as far as getting a Dread Surmise? I know we know of one, but I don't know how to get a second one. Maybe you can only get one per game, I don't know. That's the Song of the Sea we want to do. You can sell them for 10 Searing Enigmas. Okay, well the Parliament of Flies in Iron Republic, you can buy them for 9 Searing Enigmas. Again, I don't even know how to get back into the Parliament of Flies. You can use them for the item in Acefall. Okay, there's maybe a way to use them in Frostbound. Yeah, I don't see any other way. I think maybe you can only get one, unless you can get back into the Iron Republic. But again, I can't figure out how to get back into the Iron Republic. I might have to do the unfortunate thing of looking up on the internet of how do I get into the different shops in Iron Republic. Because yeah, I don't have any other notes on any other ways to get Dread Surmise. So maybe it's like you can only get one, and how you use it determines how you win the game. Yeah, that could be that could be the answer. The only other one I can see is this one. In my notes, the only other one is if you can get to the Parliament of Flies, which I wanted to do anyway because I had a Flute Court time and I wanted to get a Judgment Seg from it, but I couldn't figure out how to get back in. You could spend 9 Searing Enigmas here, but I don't have 9 now, but I mean I could prioritize getting more Searing Enigmas if I knew how to get in here. Okay, let's see. Get some more fragments. I'll check how many we're up to at this point. It doesn't really matter. I still need more. We're up to 38. Need at least 40. Yeah, just sort of clean up my notes here a little bit while I wait. Nothing too exciting, unfortunately. If you are watching this recording, feel free to skip ahead. And clean up some of these notes while we're here. have this. I may actually not end up writing the song of the sea, because I really want to do one of the other endings. It sucks I spent so much time preparing myself to do this. And if I don't do it, I feel kind of dumb, but I didn't realize that maybe we will only have access to a single dread surmise. Which is not what I thought would happen, but unfortunate if it is the case. Let's see. I'm actually looking up real fast. Dread surmise. Not trying to get any spoilers, just trying to see where you can get them. So you can get them from the House of Pleasures in Iron Republic. Alarming Scholar. So how do you get to the House of Pleasures in the Iron Republic? Only becomes available when you do the Department of Flies action. Available when another day is 4 or less. Okay, yeah, so you can't do it anymore. So you would have had to have gotten 9 Searing Enigmas before you went to Iron Republic for the 4th time. Yeah, I didn't know that. I mean, the game doesn't tell you any of that. It's just up to you to figure it out. Unfortunate. Another day Iron Republic states the number of days you have stayed in the Iron Republic. So what is ours up to right now? Just out of curiosity. Iron Republic. I mean, I'm sure it's more than 4, because we've been there a number of times. Where is it tracked though? I just want to see. Isn't it like in the time passing one? This one, another day. We're at 8. Okay, so we've been in Iron Republic for 8 days total. Just waiting. Yeah, the Parliament of Flies is only open on days 1 through 4, according to the wiki. The Cavalry Doctrine is open days 5 through 9. I haven't even really been able to advance the number of days. Is that like resting? Look at the notes again here. It says you progress your days. Maybe, oh, we got this option again. I've been clicking attempt to call them every time. I'm just curious to know if I do the other option. What does it do? This is burning blue. Gives you 1 fragment. Oh no, I don't have I have a question mark. Okay, let's do this. See what happens. Spin them a story. Oh, now any lubber knows what a blue light means. Okay, so it's a -5 terror. Okay, just doing that for my notes here. Z story. Eyes wide. Rubies the size of grapes, and grapes the size of apples. Of course, sounds only visible in blue light, and then only for an instant. But if we find it, my heart, if we find it. They grin. They don't exactly believe it, but they'd like to. Hey. Sorry, I was just talking to my cat there. I just looked at the notes here on the wiki. Okay, so if you let your sailors go ashore, you get more days at the Iron Republic. Yeah, I don't see if you get port reports. Did I get +1 when I did? I don't think I did. Hmm. So I'm not being very I'm not being very communicable. I'm just looking at some notes on the internet here around Iron Republic. Yeah, I don't see anything particularly interesting. Well, unfortunate that I can no longer. I mean, yeah, you have to have really low number. Like I said, you can only go to the Parliament of Flies on days 1 through 4. So you'd have to be very cautious not to progress any time in Iron Republic if you wanted to do that. Unfortunate. So now, does that mean I shouldn't be doing what I'm doing anymore? Because I can only end the game one way, I guess, right? So, like, I have the 40 I need now to get the Song of the Sea if that's how I want to end the game. Um, but yeah, I don't see anything in my note or anything on these notes on the internet around other ways to get dread surmises. So you would have had to know about this whole process before you progress the story in Iron Republic. I'll do this one more time. Just I'm still reading something on just sort of scanning the wiki here around some of the events I'm still trying to get done. So I'll just sit here a little bit while we wait. Let's see. Still reading some notes here. We're down to 5 supplies. I haven't been watching. Maybe I should go get some more. Also need to get rid of some terror now. We've actually built up a decent amount of terror. If I was paying closer attention, I could have been managing my terror, but I've been doing other things. I've been reading on the wiki, but some of the stuff on the Frostfound mission I didn't know about. What am I doing here? Do I really want more of these sapphires? They just take up our whole space. So no, not really. I guess I'm gonna do this a little bit more, and then I'll probably head out. I still want to get my notes. I want to at least get my parts up to 175, but I do want to see what those options do. We need to lower our terror a bit. Do the terror option again. Speaking of lowering terror. Let's see. Let's do the locust. Do a few of the options that give us some minus terror options. This is the one that gave us fragments, right? Yeah. I can still get some fragments doing it this way. Not the full 100, but maybe we need to reduce our terror a little bit. We'll do the minus terror option again here, just so I can get some more, get rid of some more terror. A few more clicks to do it this way, but get the minus 10 terror. Yeah, like I said, I knew this wasn't going to be a very exciting recording, I guess. I wasn't sure exactly how long it would take, but I now see that it is quite consuming, quite time consuming. quite time consuming. Let's see, let's get some more negative terror. We could try one of the other options. Just for curiosity, steal the most valuable scroll. Yeah, it doesn't really change anything. It's 10 fragments either way. We could try this one option. We never even tried it. Yeah, we failed. Let's try it again, just to see what happens. No, still failed. Try one more time. 10 fragments. How exciting. How exciting. Not very, unfortunately. I'm really interested to try some of these things in the Frostfound. You have to get a lot of stuff that I don't have, though. Seems like some of the alternate ending conditions are in Frostfound. I can glean on a quick read of the wiki. Don't know if I'm planning to do that on this playthrough or not. I should look up whether doing the Song of the Zeke gives you something for your legacy. I think if I haven't done it, maybe I will do that. But if I have done it, maybe I'd rather do something different. Yeah, we tried that other option here. It just gave you 10 fragments. This one also gives you 10 fragments. I don't know. I guess if you're interested in the lore, but we've done all these ones and we've read all them once, so I'm not really trying to go deep on the lore at this point. Because I could have managed my terror a lot better if I was just not even if I was looking at it to turn my light on and off for this little tick here. But I have not been doing that. I don't even know if I want to upload this video. It's just me sitting here farming secrets. Oops. We'll just do this one more time. Side phase, offer instructions to the frog. Alright, we're down to 2 terror. Oh wait, I don't. What is happening actually? Oh, I'm repairing. It's costing supplies, and I'm moving? Why am I moving? Stop repairing, stop moving. Okay, so that's what repairing does, I guess. I've never really done that option before. So you can basically exchange supply, like one supplies for one whole strength. That didn't seem very good. I don't know if it was giving me one or not, but it wasn't giving me a ton, that's for sure. We'll just do the bat roll a few more times here and then we'll probably head out. I'm trying to look at some of the notes around the ambitions. See if I understand a little more about what we've done in the past. I don't remember what I've done here in previous play sessions. So I was trying to see if I could look through my notes to figure out what I had done before. But yeah, let's take a quick look, see if I can find the ambition section. So there's lineage, that just tells you that you've died. There's memoirs. I could not forge a peace between the rats and the cavies. Yes, I did not do that. I'm aware. And where is the talk about ambitions with 30 burning and yearning? Objectives. So this is our ambition, become the most venerated explorer. But I'm trying to see if it tracks the ones we've done in the past. Like, down here it says we've done the family Bible, the letter of commendation, the captain of your lineage won riches and a comfortable retirement. Is that this, the Song of the Z, or not? I think it might not be, actually. Yes, it says, according to the wiki, there's one that says you found your father bones retire. We did that. Retired to a life of luxury. I think that's this. This is find your father's bones. This is retire in luxury. This is one of the DLC ones. Find immortality. Wait, this is find your father's bones? Wait, which one is? Well, one of these is involving finding father's bones. They both talk about your father's bones, but maybe they're both tracking. Maybe like I did something in one playthrough and I got one of them, but I failed. I didn't like finish the playthrough. And then on a second one I did. Not sure. Yeah, I don't have anything. I don't see anything here that says I was ever a venerated explorer. These are all the places you found. Just doing a quick scan through. Again, I'm trying to end the game. I'm just trying to figure out what of all the various endings, which one do I want to try to do? Which one haven't I done in the past? Yeah, I don't think I've become veterans. I don't think I have written the Song of the Z before. Become London's most venerated explorer. It allows victory for captains with ambition become Yeah, I'm thinking this is what I'm going to end up doing, I guess. I mean, we can do it now, I suppose. I guess I'll have to, if I want to do the other endings, I guess I'll have to try a different playthrough. Well, like I said, maybe I'll play this game once every 2 or 3 years, and if I remember next time, I'll try to do one of the other endings. Because yeah, I don't think I've done this Song of the Z one. Okay, well, do I want to do it on this recording? That is the question, because I mean, we basically have everything we need. We have the 40 secrets we needed. We have 42 secrets. I still want to talk to our officers at some point. Let me think about this for a moment. Let me unequip all my hearts items for a moment here. Hearts, hearts, hearts. Okay, everything that involves hearts is unequipped. So this officer. So I want to get to 170. Actually, let me do this the other way. Let me equip everything that can give us hearts and see how close we are to 175. I do want to do the 175 thing. I do maybe I'll write the Song of the Z, but I do want to do the 175 stories since I've spent so much time on this character. And I don't think I've ever done these in the past. I don't think I ever got my hearts up to 175 in any other playthrough. So I want to try it. I want to try it. Okay, officers. The most hearts is... I guess these two are the same. This guy gives 1 hearts. This guy gives 9 hearts. Okay. So I want to get to 175. So I need 39 more hearts, right? 175 minus 136. I need 39 more hearts. I could spend all of my secrets that I've just spent all this time this session getting. I could spend all my secrets and do this. But then I wouldn't be able to write the Song of the Z. But maybe I'll get more secrets. Maybe I'll get more secrets by doing the missions. Like talking to doing this. His problem is that he lives in a fantasy world. A glimpse of life's complexity might show him his folly. His problem is that he keeps choosing unworthy causes. Perhaps he can be pushed to a worthy one for once. His problem is he's caring too much. In the blackest reaches of the Z, he will learn that such frivolities as hope and purpose are just night lights for the naive. Honestly, this one... Well, we already raised the anarchist to prominence. I'm not even sure... But the other one I wanted to do was... There was another officer who had also 175 hearts. Was it this lady? Nope. Must have mastered the map, she says. Entered the house of every power, and you'll need to bring a burning truce to match the burning name. I think you have to bring the Dread Surmise to do this. Who was the other? It was this guy's mission. We need to break the guy out of wisdom. The sage. I'm thinking again now if I want to do this any differently. What was the other options to break the sage out of wisdom? Sage. There we go. Hearts, fails, or pages. I mean, hearts is... If you do the pages, you need to trade a searing enigma. If you do hearts, you need 3,000 echoes for the ransom option. You could try the veils once. We could try the veils once, and if it fails, we could then go back and try the hearts one. I would like to do this guy's option. I've never done this before. I would like to try this. I'm just trying to determine if I want to try to raise my hearts up to 175 or not to do this guy's mission. A long talk, cold reality. How many? So I had like 30-ish. So I've gotten like 10-ish, 10 to 11, 10 to 12 secrets in the time I've been playing. So it took me about maybe an hour to get 10 secrets. I don't want to do 4 more hours to get another 40 secrets just sitting here. I should do something though. I should make a decision. I think because my character's ambition is to write the Song of the Z, I'm going to do that. And because I don't see anywhere in my journal that tracks the fact that I've done it before. In that case, I need to save the 40 secrets for that then. I think this is going to give you an item. Materials for the impeller. I've already done everything. Like, I already bought the Element of Dawn. I do want to do this. Let's go to... Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go to Wisdom, and we're going to try to break the Sage out. And I'm going to use my secrets in whatever way I can to do that. If it involves getting more hearts, I'll do that. If I can do it without getting more hearts, maybe I'll do it a different way then. I also don't want to go to Apis Meat here. Okay, so let's go... We want to get to Wisdom. We also want to go to Apis Meat. Let's finish... Let's go to Apis Meat. Let's go to Port Cornelia and buy some more supplies and fuel. I'll go to Apis Meat. Okay, so this is definitely not going to be the final episode. I have determined that I am not going to just go write the Song of the Zine in the game. I really want to... Why am I moving so slowly? Oh, I unequipped my engine. Hold on, let me go to Port Cornelia real fast. Like, man, why am I going so slow? I switched out to the other engine that gives you stats. I guess I'll wait for something away. Something awaits. I didn't really. I didn't plan on doing this way, but I forgot to change my engine again. I thought I was like in the fog. I thought that's why I was going so slow, but no, that wasn't the problem. It was that I took off my propulsion engine. As far as the officers go, I normally have this character equipped. This officer, no, actually that one has more stats now. And the fuel efficiency person. Okay. I mean, while we're here, we may as well just take a quick look. We could do the rock in the rose garden again. We could sell our box of sunlight here. I wanted to have this when I go to Frostfound just in case, though, so I'll probably keep it. Just do that option. Could just buy the fuel here, but it's quite a bit cheaper, and I'm heading south anyway, so I'll just go to Porkernian and then head over to Apis Meat. And so for this video, I'll probably do the stuff in Apis Meat to end the campaigners, or at least progress the campaigners story. I think it's probably the end, because I don't think I have any other notes about anything further that the campaigner wants to do. So I'm guessing that'll end the campaigner story. Maybe I'll call that for the end of this video, and then we'll really focus in the next video to get the Sage out of Wisdom's prison. And then once we've done that, we'll focus. Maybe we'll do that, and then we'll end the Tireless Mechanics mission in the next video in King Ear Castle, because we also have to get 40 Stygian ivory to do that, so it might take a little more time to get that done. So that might take a whole video, basically, going to Wisdom, freeing the Sage, getting all the Stygian, like, making sure we have hold space, getting all the Stygian ivory ready. Oh, I didn't wait for something away. It's okay, I didn't really need to do any of those options. Okay. Here, copium. Now here there is a dust storm. There's no good way to go around it. We're just trying to go to Apis Meat here. Alright, we're going to Apis Meat. We're trying to finish the story for the Indomitable Campaigner. Also, I was looking through with the wiki, and this, where she says you must have mastered the map, they're talking about she's talking about going off, like sailing off the end of the map. So I want to try it once here. I've never done this before. I think I was always afraid it would kill my captain. It doesn't sound like it does that though. So I'm gonna try that when I get to Apis Meat. I've never done. I can't remember ever doing that in any other playthrough. Again, I've kind of avoided the wikis, so I've been just kind of doing things that I felt I could figure out on my own. So like things that were like, oh, this might kill your captain, I kind of stayed away from in most of my playthroughs because like I don't want to lose my captain. I've been playing with him for such a long time. But I think from what I read on the wiki, it doesn't kill you. It like costs you fuel and supplies and maybe sailors or something, but it doesn't kill you. I don't know the exact. I didn't like memorize the exact thing that's going to happen, but from what I gather, there will be a negative consequence, but it won't end your game. Fight these blue moss. We do have a lot of hit points and they hit pretty hard. Doesn't mean we can't fight them though. Although, let's do the thing I just talked about doing first, because this could get me to a point where then I don't want to go off the edge of the map. I think it could lower my hull strength and my crew, my terror to a point where I'm just too scared to do something new and dangerous. Okay, so we're here for the campaigner. We're here to try to sail off the end of the bottom of the map to see what that does. And yeah, we'll see what happens. Alright, so back here, we'll use our port report from Mount Palmerston first. We're saving our recent news to go to Dahoot. Not going to use that here. So it was the Ammunitions Hospital option. It was this option. Ask the brisk campaigner to educate the monks. She has a unique perspective on the disease, being, as far as you know, the only person to survive it. 2 lectures. My cure is not one that can or should be replicated, but in the course of pursuing it, I learned a great deal about my condition. The monks listen avidly. Afterwards, they express their appreciation with a sack of sliding black beans. The abbey's coffee is highly regarded for its robust, aromatic flavor. The prior is happy to tell you their secret. We feed the beans to a certain breed of sloth in the valley. The juices of their digestive tract dissolve the less ripe beans while applying a distinct nutty character to the surviving superior beans. Then once the bean has completed its passage through the sloth, we... So we got a tale of terror. We've learned about how dark drop coffee beans are made, apparently, in the intestines of these sloth, from what I gather. We've been using this coffee all over the world, and I guess now we know where it comes from. That was not the most interesting option. I usually just do this thing, carry water. Okay, so that wasn't particularly exciting. So we finished the campaigner story as far as I'm aware. I think I'm going to bump up the priority of finishing the Doctor and the Tireless Mechanic story. We'll probably do the Tireless Mechanic first, and then the Doctor. If we end up doing the Doctor at all, we may not end up doing this stuff in Frostbound. That might be a different. Here's the farm fragments option. Oh, I guess I'll update these notes later. Yeah, I'll just update these notes later. I don't know what this option was, but we went to the Command Canal, nothing happened, so we did this option. Okay, we're in Apis Meat. What do these three options do again? Let's see. We can get some fragments, right? Oh, I actually had this in my notes. Okay, well, I guess if I could have just looked at it. So you can get 50 fragments in the Grotesquerie, or we can get memories. We don't actually need more memories, we actually need secrets, so let's go to the Grotesquerie. This option. No, was it this option? Yeah, this one. Visit the Grotesquerie. 50 fragments. The Cabinet of Curiosities doesn't give you fragments, right? It does also give you 50 fragments. Okay, well. I don't know that it matters which one I choose. Okay, well that was moderately interesting, I guess. I wouldn't call that terribly interesting. Okay, let's sail off the end of sail off the south side of the map here. Let's see what happens. I think this is related to a different ending that we're not going to do in this character, but I think it's related to this person's story, this name's prison story. But it sounds like we won't be able to do that because if we're going to use our Dread Surmise to write the Song of the Z, then we won't be able to do this option, I don't think. Again, I didn't realize you could only get one Dread Surmise, so I didn't plan out exactly. I mean, there is another way to get another one, but it involves the Iron Republic, and you have to, like, not progress the days here. Okay, way upstream. They say the only way the captain of a living ship can dare the waters on his way, but they've never met you. The mountain's blood. Upstream, up the river, into the continent's heart. With every mile, the red is deeper. Forests unseen. In London, they never imagine what grows here. Orchards of bone, iron upright as aspens, flint pillars fecund with faceted apples. Gemmed faces turn to watch you from the rock. Your crew are entranced. They begin to leave you, one by one, slipping ashore. Ooh, that's not good. Your crew quality is now 1? Oh my lord. Okay, let's keep finishing this story here. Where's the part where the crew is leaving me? Slipping ashore when you moor, or giving themselves to the river, you are almost alone when you arrive at Caution, that 100-tongued city. Its flowers shine like fruited ice. The pilgrim wakers condescend to meet you. They give you gifts, an egg, and a knife. Turn back, they tell you. The presbyter will not meet you. You have not lived enough. How right they were, how right they were. You stand at the docks of the port at the river's mouth, and look upon your empty ship. In your left hand you hold a knife, in your right an egg. Okay, so we got a judgment's egg out of it. We got the touch of the south. But we lost all of our crew. Could have gone better. I guess we kind of have to go back to London now. Unless there's a different way to gain crew that I'm not aware of. Well, that's new. That was new. I have never done that before. To me, at least. New to me. The option, I mean, the result isn't amazing. We have to figure out how to get back to London without losing a single crew. Or go somewhere else where you can buy crew. I don't think you were able to recruit crew here in Abyssmia, but we'll certainly buy some more supplies. I guess our supplies are going to go down really slow now, actually. Because we only have a single crew. So actually, we really don't need more supplies. We don't really need very many supplies anymore. Yeah, I mean, this hunger meter is not going up. Interesting. That's kind of funny. Crew. Is there anywhere nearby where we can get crew? Lots of ways to lose crew. You can hire crew in Khan's Heart for 30 echoes. Not particularly close to that. You can accept a volunteer into Mo Island. Not particularly close to that. Okay, yeah, I don't see anywhere else they can gain crew. We gotta go back to London, basically. I don't really want to do anything. I guess I'll do this once, since we're here. Is there anything more interesting we can do that we haven't done? There's something about a feast, but does the feast eat your crew? I hope not. I can't do anything. Yeah, I don't know what this does. I can't do anything that might lose crew. And sometimes you eat crew at feasts, so... Get the port report? Sure. Catching a nut from the tree. Just trying to do some of these other options we never try. Lamentable relics. Sit beneath the tree. -1 terror. We'll just assist at the hospital again. I mean, these things are never bad, right? Catching a nut of a tree. This is a thing I'm not sure about. Also, it's locked anyway, so I guess I can't do it. I don't know why exactly it's locked, but I guess because I did the admissions hospital thing, it locked it? I'm not sure. Okay, well, we won't do that again. We actually don't need very many supplies. We'll buy a few more, I guess. Doesn't seem like supplies are too relevant when you have no crew. Okay, I think I'll probably end the recording here. It was not a very interesting recording. I'm sorry for anyone who watched it all the way through. We farmed some stuff in Visage, and while we were just sitting here, I was looking up notes on the internet about some of the other endings. I didn't fully read all the spoilers about what might happen, but I know that like the going off the edge of the map is related to this person's, where she says you must have mastered the map. So I got one thing off the south of the map. We just tried that one. You have to do all the directions, I guess. You gotta do east, north, west, and south. So we got one of them, but I don't think we're gonna do that ending anyway. So we probably won't pursue that to its completion. But yeah, next time we're gonna try to, I guess we'll go back to London, get some more crew, and then we're gonna try to. Man, I really want to go to the Utterstream. I guess we'll go to the Utterstream on the way back. Get some Bunningons to propagate. We could go to the Hoot, I suppose, on the way back. Yeah, we'll go Utterstream. Okay, so here's the plan for next time. But if we go over here, we should go to the Empire of Hands as well. But we only have one crew. Like, we can't do anything risky. Okay, I changed my mind. We're just gonna go straight back to London. We already have the hydrogen, so next time we'll go out. We'll go this way out of London to Empire of Hands. Okay, let's make that plot here. So next voyage, we're gonna go London, get crew, and then we're gonna go Gator's Morn to Rack. We did all the Apis meat stuff. To Utter Shroom. Gator's Morn, Rack, Utter Shroom, Empire of Hands. Back to Dahoot. Up to the Wreck of the Nocturne. What is this? Oh, I see, there's... And then I don't know what we'll do after that. We'll probably end up going back to the Nativity, I would guess, because it's probably going to involve going between these two places. And then we'll plot it out from there. Okay, so that'll be our next voyage. Again, the goal is to finish the Tireless Mechanic story first. So this involves free the sage from wisdom. Oh, wait, so I want to go to wisdom, of course. We'll do that when we are up here going... Before we go to the Nativity, I guess we'll go to... Before we go to the Wreck of the Nocturne, we'll go to wisdom to try to free the sage. And then we'll figure out, we'll probably try to get some Stygian Ivory to try to finish. If we can free the sage from wisdom, we'll try to get some Stygian Ivory that we need to finish his story, which involves going back to here again, but we'll make all those decisions when we're playing next time. Alright, again, thanks for watching. Sorry that it was a little bit boring, but I'll see you next time.